haven't wanted to share this with you because it feels embarrassing that somebody in their 40s would feel like this and struggle with body image and feeling worthless. So I guess I'm just finally sharing it because it feels like half truths talking about like sugar addiction and that kind of stuff. So this is the truth about my sugar addiction. Do you know what it feels like to have a complete stranger come up to you and say, "Oh, so when are you due?" And you're not pregnant? The the embarrassment and the crushing feeling of that is 4/3/14. Yesterday morning was rough only because the day before I had a good eating day and I worked out hard, but my weight didn't go down on the scale. It made me feel horrible because I keep trying, and no matter how hard I try, I don't get any results. All of my really bad days stem from my weight going down. I could wake up feeling really good that day and like what I see in the mirror, but then I weigh myself, and if the number isn't lower than the day before, it all comes crashing down. I feel like my eating bad is a self-punishment. I feel like I can't even look at you because it's like so embarrassing. That was one of the things I actually had to work on in one of my therapists because I don't like looking people in the face, and I don't really know what that stems from. Maybe it's like scared they're gonna see like deep into my soul and then realize like how much of a fraud I am. Growing up, like even as a little kid in elementary school, like I always felt out of place. Like even now, like I always feel like the fat friend. I've never felt like confident in myself to where like I'm equal to my friends. Like I'm not one of the cool friends, Like I'm just like, oh yeah, like last ditch resort, basically. Like I don't think I've ever admitted that. I still remember like elementary school age and I needed a new pair of shorts and my mom had my dad take me to the store. Well, my mom got it. She knew the size I was, but my dad I don't think he'd ever even gone to the store with me ever. But I remember him like picking out like a 7, and in my mind I was like, "Oh, I don't want to admit that I need a bigger size." So it's like, "Yeah, let me try these on." So I end up 11, 12. I can get them on and I can get them buttoned, but this was like the fourth pair that I have on. Like, yeah, they fit. Let's buy these. And I remember we were going to eat somewhere and it like hurt so bad. That was the only time I wore those. In high school, we went to go visit my grandma she lived in Germany, and I still remember her in the airport. Like we hadn't seen her in like over 5 years. I don't even know how long it's been. I remember her saying like in front of everybody, basically like, "Wow, Amy, you're so thick," or like chubby, basically, like in front of everybody. Like I want sugar. Like I want cake. I freaking loved cake because like cake had like the texture where you bit into it and you were eating it and it felt like a hug for your mouth, basically. I freaking like even now, like I love cake and I'm slowly trying to like get myself, it's like, yeah, it's great, but it's like overly sweet. How do people only eat one of something? Like one cupcake, one donut? Like it blows my brain that people can eat that and be full or not want more. And I have like that's like a superpower. Like how do you do that? Because I can't. My friends never pointed out or like even said anything about like what I ate. They didn't like look at me different. Like they didn't make me feel different. It was literally just like all in my head. So like even like getting married and stuff, like now this me looking at those pictures, like I looked okay, but it's like I didn't look good. But like who says that to themselves or like about themselves? Like, yeah, that was past me and that past me is never gonna know that. But me now, it's like you're still her. Like you're still not like weight and size is indicative to like how important or how worthy I am or how high my self-esteem is. There's been like two times in my adult life where I was like super confident in myself. And one was when I lost 50 pounds. And the other was when it was like called liposage. And they did like this, like massage on your body. I went for like 6 weeks. And I don't know, like it was like clearing out your lymph nodes or whatever, or lymphatic system. Oh, anyways, so it was like 6 weeks of getting massages and it kind of like toned up, but I was working out at the same time and I felt really confident in myself at that point. Even after that, I was the weight that I am now, but I like gained 10 more pounds and I still felt confident until like now when I look back at the pictures and like, wow, why did I look so happy back then? Because I looked so fat. But it takes like me pointing out to myself and like I will stare at the mirror. Like I have to stop myself eventually because I'll stand and look at the mirror for like 10 minutes in the morning and like I say the most horrendous things to myself that you would not say to somebody that you were friends with or someone that you loved. Obviously, I don't love myself. Back when I was like 25, my husband got deployed and my mother-in-law sending me a weight loss book. I don't even remember what it was, but it had like a green cover on it. And she convinced me to join this women's gym called Curves, but they measured your body fat and they measured your weight. And that was a turning point for me in my adult life. Ever since then, 25, how old am I? 43? What's that? 15, 16, 17 years. That has made me obsessed with the number on the scale. Like, I don't ever remember like weighing myself all the time, but now I weigh myself every night and then I weigh myself every morning. And my day is defined by what the scale says in the morning and how happy I'm going to be. The number on the scale is not what I think it should be, which is like, I should be losing like at least half a pound every single day. But it's like, that's not how your body works. That's absurd. But if it's not lower than the day before, even by like 0.1 pounds, I'm like, why try? Let me go eat this dessert. I'm going to make some cookies. I'm going to like do cake. How do I tell myself that it's okay to fluctuate a little bit because of water weight? I have twin girls and they're now in their teens. And I am terrified that I have screwed them up because of my obsession with the scale and eating desserts. Like now I'm scared, like if I say too much of like, you shouldn't eat this or we should be healthier, like am I messing them up in their head like that they can't or something like that? Like it's like a fine balance. And then I have to give off this persona of like, I'm confident. So I remember even when they're little, it's like I caught myself talking bad about myself like out loud and they were around. And so now like if they are around, I'm like mentally I'm like trying to combat like what I said and hope that it doesn't come off like bad. So I'll like pretend like I'm all confident in the mirror, like we'll like get ready together or do something. And I'm just like, yeah, look at me, look at me. And like, I don't know if they see right through me. Like, do they see right through me? Who knows? But I feel like I have to like fake that for their sake and hope that my struggles don't become their struggles or that I've like rubbed off on them, because I really hope that they don't have to deal with this in their life. So at least when they're around, I have to pretend that I love myself. And heck, I mean, every now and again that like light shines through and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do, like, look at me, I do look good. I love myself. Like, I looked up Angelina Jolie without makeup. I compared it to the selfie picture I took last week of myself. That girl hasn't got anything I don't have. I can put makeup on and look just as beautiful as she does. I looked up other actresses. None of these ladies look any better than I do with or without makeup on. It's from self-confidence, the way you present yourself, no matter what you're wearing or what you're doing. Like, I feel like I've been eating a lot healthier, and I don't understand why I'm still the same weight right now as before when I wasn't giving up sugar. So maybe I need to start measuring that in the form of like a piece of clothing, because the number on the scale could be one thing and your body could be like more lean or less like inflammation or whatever. So I need to measure something, like I need to get rid of the scale. A couple of weeks ago, I actually ended up cleaning out my closet of all of the clothes that like reminded me of how much of a failure I was. I'll put that video at the end. So I dug out one of those pairs of pants that don't fit me anymore, and I'm going to use these like as a measuring tool to see like my progress. I'm feeling a lot more positive. And like in my mind, I'm like, these are going to go on without a hitch. And I'm like, no, they're probably not. You probably won't be able to get them up over your thighs, but it's still worth a shot. Oh, yeah. All right. They fit around my ankles. Okay. Look. Oh my gosh. I could get them up that far. Oh, yeah. Okay, then. That's not quite as bad as I thought. Like, obviously, they don't go up all the way, and I'm sucking in right now, so you can't see how big my belly is. That's not bad. Okay, I'm feeling all right. I think the self-worth and low self-esteem I've had has manifested into my sugar addiction, and like having that be like the face, basically, that's something physical that I can see that I'm struggling with, other than like the mental and hidden things that are affecting that. So slowly, very imperfectly, I am rewriting those stories. It's been decades of my life. It's going to take a while to like change that narrative in my mind. The important part of that is like I can change the narrative in my mind. This is from like almost 10 years ago, and I still feel the same. And you know what? I watched I Feel Pretty, which is like a movie from 2018, and that opening sequence is literally me. Like, that was me. Like, all of her thoughts are my thoughts. And then it's like, you're watching the movie, and I'm like, this is really sad, like that she has these feelings. And then I'm like, holy crap, so do I. Like, she bonks her head and wakes up, and she has like all this confidence in the world. And you know what? I'm gonna figure out how to bonk my head and have all the confidence in the world, because I'm tired of feeling this way, just like in there. But it's gotta be like, there's gotta be something, and I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. And I hope you do it with me.